We do not know this Australian's name, and we never will. We do not know his rank or his battalion. He may have been one of those who believed the Great War would be an adventure too grand to miss. He may have felt that he would never live down the shame of not going. The unknown soldier honours the memory of all those men and women who laid down their lives for Australia. We've lost more than 100,000 lives, but we've gained a legend and a deeper understanding of what it means to be Australian.
The decision to launch the Gallipoli offensive stemmed from strategic aims to open a new front against the Central Powers, divert attention from the Western Front, and secure a supply route to Russia. The ANZAC forces, composed of volunteers from Australia and New Zealand, embarked on a mission fraught with challenges and uncertainties. The landing at Gallipoli on April 25, 1915, marked the beginning of a grueling campaign characterized by fierce combat, harsh terrain, and strategic stalemate. The ANZAC troops faced formidable obstacles including steep cliffs, entrenched Ottoman defences, and the perils of amphibious assault. Despite initial setbacks and heavy casualties, the ANZACs themselves demonstrated extraordinary bravery, resilience, and camaraderie in the face of adversity. The Gallipoli campaign quickly evolved into a test of resolve and sacrifice for the ANZAC forces, with soldiers enduring grueling conditions ranging from scorching heat to freezing cold. As they fought for every inch of ground, the trenches became a crucible of courage, where men of all backgrounds and ranks stood shoulder to shoulder, bound by a shared sense of duty and honour. The human cost of the Gallipoli campaign was profound, with thousands of ANZACs making the ultimate sacrifice. The campaign's legacy is etched into the collective memory of Australians and New Zealanders, symbolising the courage, sacrifice and resilience of those who served. The ANZAC spirit, born amidst the hardships of Gallipoli, continues to inspire generations and shape national identities. In the aftermath of World War I, April 25th became a day of remembrance and reflection for the ANZACs who served at Gallipoli, where the first ANZAC Day commemorations were solemn and poignant, with communities coming together to honour the fallen and pay tribute to the courage of the ANZAC troops. Memorials, services and marches became annual traditions, reaffirming the commitment to never forget the sacrifices made in the name of freedom and democracy. Over time, ANZAC Day evolved to encompass a broader scope of remembrance, extending beyond Gallipoli to include all Australian and New Zealand veterans who served in wars, conflicts and peacekeeping missions. The day has become a symbol of national unity, resilience and gratitude, fostering a sense of community and shared heritage. ANZAC Day ceremonies, characterised by dawn services, wreath-laying ceremonies, and moments of silence, serves as powerful reminders of the enduring legacy of service and sacrifice. ANZAC Day is marked by solemn and dignified commemorations that honour the service and sacrifice of veterans. Dawn services, held at memorials and cenotaphs across Australia and New Zealand, symbolise the quiet anticipation and solemnity of the pre-dawn hours at Gallipoli. Attendees gather in reflective silence as the haunting strains of the last post echo through the darkness, evoking a sense of reverence and remembrance. Wreath-laying ceremonies are integral to ANZAC Day commemorations, with veterans, dignitaries and community members laying wreaths adorned with poppies and native flora. These symbolic gestures pay homage to the fallen and signify gratitude for their courage and sacrifice. The solemnity of ANZAC Day is further underscored by moments of silence, prayers, hymns, and readings that honour the memories of those who served their country with honour and valour. ANZAC Day holds a special place in shaping the national identity and values of Australia and New Zealand, with the ANZAC spirit characterised by qualities such as courage, mateship, sacrifice and resilience, embodying the ideals that define the nations. The legacy of the ANZACs serves as a beacon of inspiration, reminding citizens of the enduring values that unite them not just as a community, but also a country. Courage in the face of adversity, mateship in times of hardship, and sacrifice for the greater good are enduring themes that resonate throughout ANZAC Day commemorations. The day fosters a sense of national pride, unity and gratitude as communities come together to honour the contributions of veterans and their families. ANZAC Day reinforces the importance of remembrance, ensuring that the sacrifices made in defence of freedom and democracy are never forgotten. ANZAC Day holds significant educational value, providing opportunities for learning, reflection and historical awareness. Schools, museums and educational institutions incorporate ANZAC Day into their curriculum, engaging students in activities that explore the historical context, personal stories and impact of war on society. Educational initiatives include visits to war memorials, participation in ANZAC Day ceremonies, research projects on ANZAC history, and discussions about the human experiences of war. These activities foster empathy, critical thinking, and a deeper understanding of the complexities of conflict and remembrance. ANZAC Day encourages students to not just reflect on the values of courage, but also the coming together of mateship, sacrifice, and service, instilling a sense of civic responsibility and appreciation for the sacrifices made by previous generations. ANZAC Day also promotes intergenerational dialogue as veterans share their experiences and insights with younger generations, with these interactions bridging the gap between past and present, fostering connections and preserving the legacy of the ANZACs for future generations. ANZAC Day has gained international recognition as a day of remembrance and commemoration, transcending national boundaries and resonating with people around the world. Ceremonies, services, and events are held in countries across continents, highlighting the global impact of ANZAC's service and sacrifice. The international observance of ANZAC Day underscores the universal themes of courage, resilience, sacrifice, and remembrance that transcend cultural and geographical divides. It serves as a reminder of the human cost of war and the enduring desire for peace, reconciliation, and understanding among different nations. ANZAC Day ceremonies abroad often involve diplomatic representatives, military personnel, veterans associations, and community groups coming together to honor the ANZAC legacy and promote international cooperation. In contemporary society, ANZAC Day remains relevant and resonant, addressing current issues and challenges faced by veterans, service members, and their families. The day serves as a platform for raising awareness about veterans' health and well-being, including issues such as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, physical injuries, the importance of mental health, and the transition back into civilian life. ANZAC Day also promotes initiatives aimed at supporting veterans and their families, such as advocacy for improved healthcare services, access to education and employment opportunities, housing assistance, and social inclusion programs. Community organizations, government agencies, and non-profit groups collaborate together to provide resources, support networks, and advocacy efforts that address the evolving needs of veterans across generations. The legacy of ANZAC Day extends beyond remembrance to inspire acts of kindness, compassion, and service in everyday life. Individuals, schools, businesses, and community organizations come together to participate in charitable activities, volunteer work, and community service projects that honor the spirit of ANZACs and contribute to the well-being of their communities. ANZAC Day encourages a culture of empathy, resilience, and solidarity, reinforcing the values and importance of mateship, courage, and the service for future generations. As time passes by, the responsibility to preserve the memory and legacy of the ANZACs falls to future generations. ANZAC Day initiatives and programs aim to encourage and engage young people in meaningful ways that honor the past, inspire the present, and guide the future to a better tomorrow. Digital platforms, multimedia resources, and interactive exhibits provide innovative ways to connect younger generations with the ANZAC legacy. Virtual tours of war memorials, online archives of historical documents and artifacts, and interactive storytelling experiences offer immersive learning opportunities that bridge the past with the present. Community-based initiatives such as youth forums, intergenerational dialogues, and mentorship programs foster meaningful connections between young people and veterans. These initiatives promote mutual respect, appreciation, and dialogue, ensuring that the memories, sacrifices, and values of ANZACs are passed down to future generations. ANZAC Day holds significance for Indigenous communities in Australia and New Zealand, offering a unique perspective on the legacy of war and remembrance, with Indigenous servicemen contributing to Australia and New Zealand's defence throughout history, often facing discrimination and challenges in their service. For Indigenous peoples, ANZAC Day represents a complex mix of pride in serving their countries, recognition of their hardships endured, and a reminder of the ongoing journey towards reconciliation and healing. Indigenous ceremonies, stories, and symbols are integrated into ANZAC commemorations, highlighting the diverse contributions and sacrifices made by all who served. ANZAC Day celebrations reflect the multicultural and diverse fabric of Australia and New Zealand societies, with immigrants, refugees, and descendants of migrant communities participating in commemorations, adding layers of cultural richness and perspective to the day's significance. The diversity of backgrounds, languages, and traditions represented on ANZAC Day underscores the inclusive nature of remembrance and gratitude. It reminds us that the ANZAC spirit transcends cultural boundaries, uniting people from all walks of life and honouring the values of courage, sacrifice, and service. ANZAC Day serves as a platform for fostering international partnerships and alliances based on shared values of peace, democracy, and freedom. Diplomatic engagements, military exchanges, and cultural initiatives strengthen the bond between Australia, New Zealand, and nations all over the world. Through ANZAC Day commemorations and collaborative efforts, nations honour the sacrifices of their servicemen while promoting mutual understanding, cooperation, and solidarity on global issues. ANZAC Day's international resonance underscores the interconnectedness of nations in addressing common challenges and advancing shared goals. The AFL ANZAC Day match between Collingwood and Essendon have become a cherished tradition that adds a unique sporting dimension to the commemorative day of ANZAC Day. This annual clash, held at the MCG since 1995, brings together passionate football fans to pay tribute to the ANZAC Day legacy in a spirit of camaraderie and competition. The significance of the Collingwood vs Essendon match on ANZAC Day goes beyond the game itself. It is a symbolic gesture of respect and remembrance for the sacrifices of Australian and New Zealand service personnel. The match honours the ANZAC spirit of courage, mateship and sacrifice, echoing the values that resonate throughout the day's commemorations. Players from both Collingwood and Essendon wear specially designed Guernseys that pay homage to the ANZACs, featuring commemorative emblems and poppies with messages of remembrance. These jerseys serve as symbols of unity, solidarity and gratitude for the sacrifices made by the servicemen of Australia and New Zealand. Beyond the on-field rivalry, the Collingwood vs Essendon ANZAC Day match fosters a sense of community and togetherness among football fans all over the country. It is a moment of shared remembrance and reflection, reminding us of the sacrifices made by past generations in the enduring spirit of the ANZAC legacy. ANZAC Day stands as a testament to the enduring legacy of courage, sacrifice and remembrance that defines the spirit of Australia and New Zealand. Through the chapters explored in this essay, from the origins of ANZAC Day to the commemorative traditions, cultural significance and contemporary relevance, I have delved into the multifaceted layers of this solemn day. The origins of ANZAC Day trace back to the Gallipoli campaign, where ANZACs faced immense challenges with unwavering courage and camaraderie. This period of history, marked by sacrifice and resilience, continues to shape the national identities and values of Australians and New Zealanders. As we conclude this exploration of ANZAC Day, it is important to recognise that while the past is in the past, the lessons learned from history will remain with Australian and New Zealanders for generations to come. ANZAC Day is not just a day on the calendar, it is a timeless symbol of remembrance, honour and gratitude that unites us in a shared commitment to upholding the services, to upholding the ideals of service, sacrifice and unity. As we honour the memory of those who served and sacrificed, we reaffirm our collective responsibility to preserve the legacy of ANZAC Day for future generations. May we all remember the ANZACs with reverence, and may their legacy inspire us to strive for a world where peace, justice and freedom prevail, lest we forget.